Have you ever felt the weight of the world pressing down on your shoulders, yet no one around you notices? You give, you speak, you care, but it is never returned. It leaves a quiet ache in your chest, a subtle exhaustion that gnaws at your focus. The truth is, most people are wandering through life distracted by noise, opinions, and fleeting pleasures. And in that chaos, the strongest form of power is often invisible, walking alone. To walk alone is not loneliness. It is clarity. It is the discipline of your mind and the silence of your heart. Every time you try to please the world, every time you bend yourself to the expectations of others, you weaken the quiet strength within. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Consider this: the people who drain your energy are everywhere, and yet walking alone does not mean avoiding them forever. It means choosing the space where you can cultivate focus, where your mind can grow without distraction. You feel uneasy about it because society tells you that approval is currency. But what if true wealth comes from self-mastery, from solitude, from knowing that no one can shake the calm you carry inside? Walking alone is not a punishment, it is a declaration. It is a choice to protect your inner world. Seneca reminds us, he is most powerful who has himself in hand. And to have yourself in hand, you must learn to step away from the noise, from the chatter, from the demands that do not serve your purpose. Discipline begins where distraction ends. Modern life bombards you with messages, obligations, and expectations that pull at your attention, fragment your mind, and stir restless emotions. If you want mastery over your life, you must practice the art of detachment, not from love, not from responsibility, but from the unnecessary weight of others' opinions and shallow interactions. This is not a new idea. Epictetus teaches, make the mind tougher by being alone, and the heart stronger by facing life without applause. To walk alone is to train your mind to respond only to what matters, to focus on the cultivation of your character rather than the validation of strangers. It is the silent preparation of a warrior whose battlefield is the self. Yet, walking alone is not easy. Your mind rebels, fear whispers, what if no one notices you? What if you miss connection? What if you fail alone? You feel the pull of comfort, of the familiar company, even when it drains you. There is guilt in choosing yourself over the crowd, a subtle shame for seeking your own peace, while others demand your energy. You see, human nature is wired for connection, for belonging, for recognition. But the Stoics understood the paradox. To belong fully to the world is to lose yourself. Every attempt to please, every effort to be understood, carries an invisible cost. Emotions flare, impatience rises, and the ego trembles. You catch yourself reacting, overthinking, and feeling small, because your strength is invisible to those who do not walk your path. This is the crucible of solitude. The conflict is not external, it is internal. The voice that questions your choice, the fear of missing out, the desire for approval, all test your commitment to yourself. And it is here, in the quiet tension, that true mastery begins. And then something shifts. Perhaps one day you notice the difference between reacting to life and responding with intention. Perhaps you realize that the validation you seek outside cannot compare to the calm you cultivate within. You remember the Stoic words, choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. You feel it, a quiet power rising. Alone, you are not lonely, you are free, free to think, free to act, free to grow. The distractions that once dictated your mood, your energy, and your decisions no longer hold sway. Each step taken in solitude strengthens your character. Each day spent mastering yourself builds a resilience that no applause or criticism can touch. You begin to see that walking alone is not isolation, it is liberation. It is not emptiness, it is abundance. And the fear that once whispered in your mind begins to fade, replaced by clarity, focus, and an unshakable calm. Now the practice is simple, yet profound. Begin each day with intention. Guard your mind as a fortress. Limit the voices that demand your attention. Spend time in reflection, in journaling, in meditation on your principles. When you are with others, participate fully, but do not lose yourself in approval or distraction. Notice the subtle temptations of ego, the urge to argue, to prove, to be seen. Step back. Respond only when it serves your purpose. Reclaim your energy by speaking less and observing more. Learn to value silence over sound, depth over breadth, quality over quantity. Discipline is strengthened in the ordinary. You rise early, you exercise restraint, you commit to your craft, you honor your solitude. You walk alone, not as a punishment, but as a deliberate practice of mastery. Slowly, imperceptibly, you become untouchable, not because you withdraw from the world, but because the world no longer controls your inner state. In time, you understand the truth. Strength is quiet. Mastery is unseen. The world will continue in noise, in distraction, in clamor, but your calm is untouchable. Walking alone has taught you patience, focus, and the subtle art of controlling your mind. You realize that walking alone is not about avoiding life. It is about embracing it fully with clarity and purpose. Every step, every decision, every moment of solitude is an affirmation of self-mastery. You do not need applause. You do not need recognition. You need only the integrity of your own path. And so you walk, alone, not lonely, strong, not boastful, free, not lost. Closing reflection, peace is not found in the company of others. It is built in the quiet mastery of yourself. Walk alone, master yourself, and let the world unfold around your calm.